Poetry of Resistance podcast.
Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao.
Non basterà, non basterà.
Co-funded by the European Commission under the CERV program.
Ouvimos e lemos, não podemos ignorar.
Hello, welcome everyone. We're here to talk about journalism and journalists. In your opinion, if people post informative content, is that makes people journalists or no? You can start with you, okay, Raul?
Okay, perfect. I think that everybody has a voice nowadays because they have the possibility to post anything in social media. But not for that reason they become suddenly a journalist. It's okay that everybody has a voice nowadays, but not because they have a voice, they need to have the right voice, let's say. So that's what I think.
So, in your opinion, tell me one example of what a journalist must be or must do to be a journalist.
Well, in my opinion, they need to be more critical with the information they use because they are professional in that area. So maybe, in my opinion, if I am the reader of a newspaper, for example, I'm going to trust more in a post, for example, coming from a journalist than a random person because I think they are professional and they made a filter of the information, let's say. And nowadays, for example, with the artificial intelligence, we have a lot of bots, we have a lot of not fake information, that we have fake information as well, but not information or articles that they are writing for people.
Yes.
So it will be perfect if we have the ability to identify this kind of articles, for example.
Let me ask you another thing. In Portugal, the reality is that a lot of journalists are educated journalists. They went to college, they went to university, they studied to do that. But there are a lot of old journalists that start doing that because it was an available job, and never studied the profession. So, in your opinion, to be a journalist, you must be educated, or that is not necessary.
Is a question for me? In my opinion, it's better if you are educated because it's not the same if you learn something by your own that if you learn something coming from an expert, for example, or a teacher or a mentor that can teach you something. So yeah, for me the difference is very obvious.
The question is the same. Tell me another thing that, in your opinion, a journalist must be or must do to do their job well.
I think they need to do research before posting articles because they are carrying this responsibility of telling people something, and they need to know the art of words, how to say things that do not scare
The heart
people.
of words. You are.
Yeah. So I think you need to learn something, not what you don't need to go to university. Of course you can if you want, but you need to have practice, you need to have mentors, like my colleague said. You need just to learn because you cannot just joke with information. Maybe some type of information, but if you publish some critical articles, you need to know what you're doing.
And you also must be committed to a certain code,
Yeah.
An ethical code and a deontological code. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, of course.
There are rights and duties in the journalist job.
Of course.
What are they for, in your opinion?
Well, I strongly think that journalists should serve the public interest. And before the journalist does that, we should know what public interest is. It's not what a most famous pop star in Serbia eats for breakfast. It's where our tax money goes. It's our education system. It's our healthcare. And journalists should report about that. And of course, there should be always some ethical guidelines to follow.
That is very interesting because in the world we live in, sometimes news editors and directors uh, tend to put journalists and reporters working with the topics people want the most. But the,
Light themes, light
yes,
topics,
and celebrities and
lifestyle.
lifestyle, yes. But the question of public interest is it's very important.
We should know what public interest is,
Yes.
so we can do our journalist duties well.
If you are an excellent journalist, you do your job really well. You ask questions, you compare data, you you have your sources. You fact check everything you do, but then the people who read you or the people who listen to you are not prepared to to consume what you are doing. Um, it's a bit frustrating for you as a journalist, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, I suppose. So I think probably for this, the journalists follow the trend of the moment for the news, for have more audience.
But isn't it dangerous
Maybe.
to have this tendency of give the people what they want, and we also need to follow the ecosystem because it is the ecosystem who pays us.
Yeah, it's only about where is the cash flow.
Yes. What's the point of having good journalism if the public uh, are not prepared to it? They don't have critical thinking. They are not media literate. Um,
Well, good journalists can make difference and make an effort for other people in country and educate them in media literacy, and that's really important. Even nowadays, when you have like social media, and we need to know that everyone on social media is viewer and content creator as well. So basically, media literacy is really important because everyone can be a content creator, and we really need to know what we should post and what we shouldn't post. So we need to be aware of that thing.
but as I understand, in your opinion, apart from being rigorous, impartial, truthful,
You need to be
you
responsible.
need to be responsible, and it's also a job. It takes part of the journalist job to promote media literacy.
Yes.
Do you,
Yes.
do you all agree on that? Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Poetry of Resistance podcast.
Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao.
Non basterà, non basterà.
Co-funded by the European Commission under the CERV program.